The Supreme Court is taking up a major Second Amendment case, and they just scheduled a court date. Ooh, New York is scared right now. They're shaking in their boots. Check it out. Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, your source for Second Amendment news. Today is Monday. That means it's the Monday Morning Grind, brought to you by Blackout Coffee. I want to remind everybody real quick that Operation Blackout is still going on this week. You can help us donate coffee to our troops just by simply buying coffee like you would anyway. For every 3 bags that are sold, Blackout Coffee through Operation Blackout will send 1 bag to the U.S. troops free. They'll ship it, they'll do everything. You don't have to buy 3, you can just do 1, and as long as they hit a third, they'll send 1 over. And that is great stuff for our troops. Also, they have launched their holiday coffees. Check them out right here. All 5 of them are out. I am very particular. I like the eggnog one, and I really like the pumpkin spice, but that's a New England thing. Check them out. Links are down below. You can save money with my link, so please do that. Also, they help out the channel, and that's a win-win. Now on to today's news. If you remember back in January when I was out in SHOT Show, the Supreme Court said that they were going to take up a case out of New York, the New York State Pistol and Rifle Association, and that, in a quick nutshell, that case was based off, if you lived in New York, you got a premises permit, because any other permit was hard to get if you weren't rich or powerful. So those people who had the premises permit couldn't leave the city limits without special authority by the NYPD. You could not go to a shooting range, a competition, a vacation spot, a second home in upstate New York, not leaving the state, because you were not deemed responsible enough. And if you were lucky enough to get that NYPD okay and go to some place in the city limits to shoot, you had to unload the gun, put it in a locked container, put the ammo away from it, and go straight to your event or your little range, and then immediately go right back, because Big Brother would not let you do anything else. Now, it's been the lawsuit has been out for a while, over a year now, and they have gone all the way up to the U.S. Appellate Court, and now it's going to the Supreme Court. And throughout this process, New York has said, look, we have to do this in the name of public safety, because our people here in the state, they're not responsible enough. If they have a gun permit and they leave the city of New York and go into upstate New York or Staten Island, they're gonna do something bad, because they can't be trusted. That's what your government thinks about you. So the case is now sitting in the lap of the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court didn't do anything with it for a while. They were kind of humming around and thinking, well, are we gonna take this up or not? But then New York started to play games. They changed the law so that people could then take their gun outside the city limits, and they also changed the way that the permits would be issued. And then they said, look here, Supreme Court, please, we don't need you anymore. This is fine. We gave them what they want. Well, the plaintiff said, nope, this could be changed back the day after you guys dismissed this, just like they changed it to try to get rid of it. And the Supreme Court said, you know what, you're right. We're going to keep going. They scheduled it in October to be heard for some questions about the case. But then 5 U.S. senators, led by Senator Whitehouse out of Rhode Island, penned a letter to the Supreme Court called the Friends of the Court Brief, in which they were trying to guide the Supreme Court in what they should do. And they even said, look, if you guys don't rule the way we want and stay away from our gun control, if a Democrat president wins this next election, we might even restructure the Supreme Court to make it more Democrat friendly. Well, that was pretty freaking ballsy, and the Supreme Court said within 30 days of that letter, within 30 days, which is unheard of by the Supreme Court, they said, you know what? It's scheduled to be heard for argument on December 2nd. So that's where we stand right now. Now, even though it's scheduled for the hearing for the arguments, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to get past October's issue regarding questions on the case. I hope that what New York did is piss them off enough that it's still going to go through, but as soon as I know something, you will know it. And how do you stay in the know? Subscribe to this channel. This is where you're going to get that information, and I bring it to you as fast as I can. I pride myself on bringing the news here faster than you see it anywhere else, and this isn't going to be any different. Now, this case could be huge, okay? Because 10 years ago, the Supreme Court said that handguns are arms, and they're protected by the Second Amendment and can't be banned. But states have been banning guns. We know that, all right? We know it. So this case could be huge. If this case were to come down with some sweeping spanking saying that this is the Second Amendment and it is extended to firearms that are commonly owned or whatever, however they want to word it, every single case that's currently being tried or challenged would be sent back and remanded to lower courts to be fixed. So this could be a sweeping pro-gun decision. Now also it could be freaking terrible as well. What we really need is the Supreme Court to do their job and tell the states, smack down, here you go, this is the way it's supposed to be, you've been doing it wrong. Anything other than that, things could get really bad really quick because they would be saying, hey, it's okay to do this stuff. Yeah, so pass it along, please. This is something we should all be paying attention to. Until we see each other again, this is Jared from Guns and Gadgets. Please don't forget Operation Blackout and check out Blackout Coffee for their flavors for the holiday. And till we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, and carry a weapon. Take care, everybody.